morning! Sorry for the missed streams. That little touch of a cough I had in the last time that I did stream became a big heckin' cough, and I was not about to spend hours coughing in your ear when I should be sleeping and trying to get better. So I gave it a rest until I could stop hacking up along on the stream. We're back today, though, and we're going to play some more Oxygen Not Included. Sorry for the slight tardiness in starting. It apparently had an update queued, and I needed to make sure that I finished doing that update before we started playing tonight. So let's get this launched, and as soon as it gets past the loading screen, we'll actually swap over to that view. I just know that it never shows y'all the loading screen when it's loading. It just shows a blank screen and nobody wants to see that. So here we are once again, getting back into business as soon as this loads. I don't know, should I start loading the game before I start? Like, what's that? Okay. Yeah, as long as you're not crashing, I'm glad you updated the mods. All right. And we will fade over. I'm gonna have to remember where exactly I was when last we left off, because it has been about a full week since I played. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is pause and unpause, because it always lies to you about power when it's doing that. All right. So we've got power, we've got power. This, okay, I remember now. We were starting work on our fish farm / water sink, where we want to keep all of our warm water. But in order to make the fish farm / water sink, we're going to need some additional rock crusher. And we discovered that this apparently does not count, or no, it is industrial machinery, that apparently you can have industrial machinery in a stable and it won't break the stable, which is information that I am going to use in the future, because I have usually filled up these upper levels of my stables with a lot of storage bins to have my in-area storage, but I think having some of my construction going on in this area would be great too. I could put my loom in here. I might move this over here into the smaller space, but this is going to be a very productive stable, I think. So we're going to need some more. We're going to be making, I think, in order, we don't have gold to make gold amalgam with. That is okay. We can get somebody mining. Let's see, I got to close on that. So if that's closed, then I can just, that's gold amalgam, right? Mine through to over here and get some gold amalgam, because I want to use gold wire over here so that we have our temperature situation. And this liquid tepadizer is made of copper ore. That was a terrible idea. Never make your liquid tepadizer out of copper ore. This liquid pump is gold amalgam. That is not strictly speaking necessary. So let's save some. Is this pump also gold amalgam? No, pitcher pump stands down. Okay, that's made out of metal. We don't have to worry about that too much. All right, so let's make our pump up here out of copper. And then our liquid tepadizer I want to make out of gold amalgam, but we need a little bit more, so get mining. Just a regular liquid pipe. We'll make it out of sandstone and up into there. And because we don't want it to be just which rocks? Granite, sedimentary, igneous. You can use igneous rock. our input. Because our output should always be the correct temperature. There we go. Put this slightly off-centered. And then we're going to need not a hydro sensor, but thermo sensor. Also out of gold over here. And automation wire. Also out of gold. Connecting them. We have conductive wire now. I want to make it out of gold, but we need more gold. So we need pump you up. Ooh, printing pod. Choose a blueprint. Operating. Sand. Guess we'll take the sand. Those were not good dupes. There's a temperature going on around here. Improving. We have a nice warm 40-degree pea pile over here. We do need to keep digging our carbon dioxide pit. I cannot handle carbon dioxide yet, so I don't want to open that pouch. What we can do is dig this out, though. I want to take care of all of this down here before I let the water in so that we don't pick up the soaking wet debuff, which is a bit more of a problem on Rime, especially now that we have as many things going on as we do from the Frosty Planet pack, which makes ice more difficult. So we want to make sure that everything is handled in here. We can, not automation, power. We're going to do conductive copper wire here and gold wire here. Should I be making, I can't remember. Yeah, I think I usually make the bottom of this out of igneous insulated, just not the top, because we want to keep a steady temperature in here. That's how we're actually going to keep the bristle blossoms the correct temperature. Bristle blossoms like to be between 5 and 30 degrees Celsius, so we're going to keep this water at a nice approximately 30 degrees Celsius. Exactly. No hotter, no colder. We can do copper conductive wire along the bottom and the sides of this. One of the cool things about conductive wire is that these guys don't actually mind staring at it. Missing resources. Get over it. Make me some more copper, please. Default downtime schedule. I know. I sounds like I still have a little bit of that cough, don't I? Wonk wonk. So I think, oh, we've already researched the hydroponics at this point. Okay. Let's do animal control then. And we're going to replace these with hydroponics. Because we're getting there. That's going to make our bristle blossom production a lot faster. When we get some more shine bugs, we'll relocate them. And then we'll have our full farm. Because that's about as much bristle blossom production as I want. More than that is going to start becoming a waste of water. Is that chlorine gas? There's a bit of stray chlorine gas in here. That's interesting. Oh, I can just overwrite that. I don't know why I just deleted that when I could have overwritten. Alright. Well, can you please prioritize this build? Thank you. Our critter ranching area is now becoming a lot nicer, which is good. It also means that our critter rancher can work in peace. I thought this was a pouch of oxygen, but I'm coming to realize now that that was very likely actually chlorine, which is probably where the chlorine came from. If I sink this down low enough, it should just go with the carbon dioxide, but we're not having a fun time with that right now. A lot of polluted oxygen up here, but we have, again, no power over here. What's going on? That's right, it had that slight problem where it decided to be really, really weird. Right, and I don't actually want you to change the material there. I just want it to exist. Alright, so we're going to go across with conductive wire here. We need to sweep up all of this crap down here. Okay, wait a minute. If that's the accept, these need to move down. Because we need to make sure they have at least 1 foot in the section that will never be pumped by the pump. Rather than using automation to control the pump, we're just going to use its physical height within the body temperature. Are we above? You gotta be below, right? You got too cold? Yeah, we got too cold. Don't worry, we'll solve that with the water. I'm almost there. I'm gonna warm it up, you're gonna love it. If I get it shallow enough in here, I can analyze. Alright, so we're gonna do 1 down from where it was. And then put the storage bins back in. Yeah, you're only in invalid construction location until I build the thing. Quit it. Sweep this up.